Hi guys, we just watched the Cloverfield Paradox, and it's weird. Weird to at least. I'll tell you what, before we start, I did say last time we were at the cinema that we'll talk about the Cloverfield movie, like when's it going to be announced, because it's meant to be this year. I said like, I bet they just announced it, say it's out tomorrow.
Yeah, you just appeared, and it did appear.
And then when I was watching the Super Bowl, it was just like, it's out tonight. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's. I was going to say when I first started the film that I think now the Cloverfield name is just like Inside Number 9 or Black Mirror. It's just the name of the thing, but each story is different.
I haven't seen the first two Cloverfields, so I've got nothing to go on here.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
Apparently it might be connected in some very weird and convoluted way. Well, they play around a lot with reality in this.
Yeah, that's the main topic of this story. Like, basically, without getting spoilers, we'll do a quick unspoiler thing, because literally it's not like you're going to go watch this at the cinema. You're just Netflix subscription, which you know that you don't pay for. You use someone else's Netflix subscription. Jamie, whose Netflix subscription do you use?
My sister's, which I do pay for, but I pay for the add-on, not the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as bad.
See, no one pays for Netflix.
No.
Someone else does.
You have access to it somehow.
Someone else does. That's how Netflix works. So it's not like it's a film that you were saving your money on by saying don't go see it. Just go watch it on Netflix, or better yet, surely someone's uploaded it to the internet.
Most likely, yeah.
Or,
sure, there's plenty of ways.
Plenty of copies on there. So it's worth. I would say it's worth a watch.
It's just.
I
think it's another one of your space station
sci-fi, mystery,
you've
weird.
You've got a small crew on the space station, cut off from everyone else, and then event after event after event, and they slowly whittle down, and there's always an evil one or one going against the other ones. There's always that kind of thing.
There's always a thing.
So it's very stereotypical in that sort of sense.
Yeah, it's nothing new. They tried to be new, but
they have a few cool ideas in it. There's a few cool scenes, which I enjoyed, but then they also follow the cliches and the stereotypes.
It's now sci-fi's become one of those things that you know the tropes.
Yeah,
like it's
that they followed the pattern.
They followed the pattern. Chris O'Dowd's in it though, which was fun.
Yeah.
He plays an Irish guy. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I'll recommend just seeing it just because it's a sci-fi mystery thriller kind of.
It
weird.
keeps you guessing for the most part. I'd say
it's enjoyable. It's only an hour and 40, or hour and 30 something because of the credits, but it's fine. But we kind of want to go into the spoilers, the actual meat of it.
Yeah, we are, because all the characters they do their part.
There's nothing special.
Nothing special about it. We've got some good actors in there. A few you'll recognise. Although they all seem to have names which have an I and L in it for the opening credits.
So they get have the weird thing, or they do it with a H as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go into spoilers. If you've seen the film, you will know that they have tried, because the second Cloverfield film was sort of linked, but people were trying to link it weirdly, but they were aliens, but they were like metallic aliens, but they were right at the end, and they were completely different to the Cloverfield monster, when people speculated that Cloverfield monster was a weapon that they used, or there's different things. But this one, it seems to either be confirmed slightly that...
Well, set a bit more in the future, isn't it?
It's set more in the future.
Because they've got the energy crisis, because apparently alternative energy fuels are no-go in this.
Yeah. Well, it's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Hadron Collider, but a big one in space. And
to create...
Infinite energy.
Infinite energy,
essentially. But what has happened is... What I think has happened is that these realities, the monsters come through the reality, or...
Yeah, but when they finally get it going and working, there's like a spike in energy or too much energy, and they get, as they say, collided into another reality.
Things are borrowed. Unless, of course, this Cloverfield monster is the one from the first film, and it's been brought through.
Yeah, so we say film number 1's one reality. I don't know anything about film number 2. Don't really.
They're in a bunker.
Yeah. Film number 3 is another reality, and when this one jumps to another reality, which is still in this film, but so there's two realities in this film.
Different time period.
Yeah, and they also jump to the future, and then by doing this, film number 1 monster from that gets transported into this reality.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Or it's a different monster that gets transported to that reality because those monsters are... That's how they are used. Because in the first one, the monster falls out of the sky and hits the water and he's there. This one is there as well. But he clearly says, at the end bit, you're bringing her back down here with these things. Now, whether or not that means... Because the main Cloverfield monster in the first one dropped these little parasites off. And they would, like, infect others and then they would grow into parasites. And the big one was, like, the one that deployed them and he just, like, ripped through shit. Well, it means that or there's multiple monsters.
It's up to speculation.
Yeah, it's up to speculation. There'll be loads of speculation from this film because people love these things. I don't really think that J.J. Abrams has a clue what he's doing. I reckon he's just
Maybe
going...
he does. Maybe he's got this massive idea, just open up with all his like diagrams and linking, and that goes to that, and this goes to this. But anyway, going on to this film, it's all on the space station. You get a little bit on Earth with the main character's boyfriend or husband.
Michael.
I don't know.
Michael.
Who saves the child, and they go to a shelter.
It's a very condensed version of what a Cloverfield, the first one is, but like a different storyline. But obviously, he sees the monster.
We see a massive shadow.
And you know what it is,
yeah.
And then eventually he's in the bunker. And obviously, he finds out these texts from his mate, and he obviously finds out that's what it is, and that's a completely separate story.
Yeah, but while all that's happening, you only get like little snippets of that. While all that's happening on the space station, they get jumped to another reality where theirs failed. Their space station to create the infinite energy failed.
What they say is that the fact that they jumped into theirs destroyed their space station.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that at that point in time, both of them activated their thing at the same time.
No, because that one was sabotaged, wasn't it? Because Smith was evil in that one, so he was sabotaging it, so they couldn't get it working in time.
Right.
And they jumped to the future as well, where it had already been destroyed, but for some reason she somehow got teleported inside the wall. Yeah, there was a lot of strange things, which... The Russian dude becomes the Russian doll.
That's what we speculate, is that the Russian dude became the Russian doll.
They showed the Russian dolls, didn't they?
Yeah. I really want to put that as a separate video. This is a separate video.
Yeah.
But
what random stuff?
Basically, yeah. What's his name? Volkov
or something. A Russian name. But
he's a Russian doll, we reckon.
Yeah, because everything is some... Worms got teleported inside of him, the gyro got teleported inside of him, how he was still living. I mean, sure, he died eventually, and he went crazy. But
that's the thing we got, that we gleaned from that imagery. But also,
and then the random thing with the fuse ball. Like, it would have made more sense if when he walked past it than they did it, because the gyro inside him caused something. I don't know, but it was just a random. It's to show that things are off.
Things are wrong. They've done it. This is the thing. They've done this shit before in loads of different things. Done this shit before. They have even in Stargate, for Christ's sake, they have it when two people from different realities in the same place. The one that's not meant to be there
slowly falls apart.
Yeah, slowly.
We need the future armor. Not fairness. The clone always dies.
Yeah, it's because it's these realities trying to sort themselves out. It's almost like when they kill these characters off. The reality's like saying, you're already dead.
Yeah.
We need to kill you off because balance needs to be restored.
Yeah, it's like the paradox sorting itself out. But yeah, it's just one like they try to fix it, something goes wrong, someone gets killed off, and then someone has to sacrifice himself to allow the others to carry on, and so it's all eventually until they finally get back.
I think the thing was that when they found Earth eventually, it wasn't because it's like you said a mirror. I think it's because when they
were traveling to the future, so they're in a different. The Earth would have then been in a different spot of
space. Right on the other side of things. It's been rotating round.
Yeah.
So if they left it, if they stayed there long enough, it would come back round.
Yeah, it would.
And they'd be back in orbit.
They just have to wait like half a year. Or
they have to go half a year, which the space station wouldn't have lasted that long. But if they did, that's what would have happened. But obviously, different reality. And then you're still, although it is confirmed that, I was a bit disappointed actually, when they showed the Cloverfield monster, I thought it was going to be more of a twist.
It was only the head, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was only the head, but I thought it was more of a twist, like they would get to the ground, and then, well, it's not, like Planet of the Apes, with Wahlberg. That kind of thing, that kind of bullshit. Like everyone's...
But the problem is...
everyone has an arse for a face. and a face for an arse, or whatever that was. Rick and Morty. Was it
The
Rick and Morty?
the problem is, they called it the Cloverfield paradox. I think if they hadn't called it that, it would have called it something else, and then at the end had it as the Cloverfield monster, linking them. That would have been a bit better.
Yeah, so
than already knowing that.
It's the Cloverfield station, the Cloverfield paradox.
Yeah.
Already know about the paradox. These things can happen, like it's already happened before. And it's not like the monsters already happened. They've dealt with it. It's not in the same timeline. We know that for a fact. So obviously, we know for sure that the monsters have been transported to that universe, or vice versa, or it always happens where in Cloverfield they know there was some sort of experiment or something happening, and that's maybe what brought it in the first place. It's just really confusing.
Yeah.
And then number two is another chestnut.
He just has no idea, does he? Don't know, maybe he does.
I think it's because the second was made by someone else.
Yeah.
But it was but they are different aliens, so they could have come through somehow.
It's all different realities. Let's go with that.
It's different realities. They're linked very loosely.
Yeah. The thing that this film does make you do is think a bit more of what's going to go wrong, what's actually happening, why is all this going on. It doesn't give you many answers at all.
No, like Chris O'Dowd's hand.
His arm gets stuck in, because I generally enjoyed that scene where the arm's stuck in a wall and moving around.
It's almost,
and all the bits like...
It's almost like in his reality he doesn't have an arm.
Yeah. Although his arm was still moving and then could communicate with them, because the arm is sentient and knows that the gyro was inside the Russian guy.
But it was a different arm, wasn't it? It wasn't an arm from his other self.
I don't know.
Or his arm from the future.
Physics went crazy. Reality is gone.
That bit made no sense. I couldn't think if his arm was like his other self's arm or the arm was his.
Yeah, but it just seemed like the station was out to get him, because then afterwards the room that he's in becomes magnetised. Near the end, becomes magnetised, and then the thing comes out, like he's got this little metal filing thing.
The thing that gets him in the first place.
Comes out, grabs him and pulls him back. So why does it reach out when it's obviously magnetised to get it drawn there, and just as soon as it touches him, it goes backwards?
I don't know. It's almost like the station's out to get, like the reality is the enemy. The reality, whatever the reality bubble thing is around the station. It knows it's not meant to be there, so it's trying to kill the occupants and destroy the station, because everything goes wrong with the station.
But other than the Russian guy who gets, I don't know, and then Chinese girl gets
iced,
very iced.
She's still on the ship, by the way.
She might have been jettisoned, maybe.
I don't know. No, she's still up on the ship, but she's like that. She could still be alive. She could just be
like frozen, maybe.
Cryogenically frozen.
Yeah.
But you know, no one's getting back up to that space station.
I mean, I can understand her, because she's not supposed to exist in that reality. She's not supposed to be there in that reality, because there was the other girl, the girl that was stuck in the wall, who then appeared.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be in. They were the same person or the same job.
Yeah, I think if the Chinese woman was the only one that survived, as well as the other woman, that would make more sense, because she
didn't exist. She wasn't supposed to be there, because her and Hamilton were the only ones who weren't supposed to be on the station in the new reality that they were in.
Which makes sense why they survived. And obviously Ava, she just gets killed because, by proxy, she's trying to kill them. But
yeah, they couldn't. She was just so non-emotional.
Obvious.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, it was just so obvious.
Have you seen Interstellar?
No.
It's like Interstellar with Matt Damon is evil. And then you sort of thought, well, he's obviously evil. Anyway, but yeah, I would like to speculate that in the next film, if they do another film, that it just stays in one reality.
Or the original reality, where all reality the converging. I don't know. Yeah. It got a bit strange.
Got a bit strange. It's a bit Terminator-esque.
Yeah, when you start messing with reality and time warps,
it's hard to keep track, and even the most skilled writer would struggle to. I mean, Star Trek Discovery at the moment is just sort of dealing with that sort of thing. Where it's like, which universe is this? Is it in the Prime universe, the alternative Chris Pine universe? What's going on? But then, if you actually look at the timelines, it's in Prime universe, not the alternative reality universe. But then the Klingons still look weird. I don't. It's bizarre.
strange.
It's bizarre.
It's hard to keep a handle of it.
Yeah, exactly. So, definitely, recommend it. I think what I want to do is I want to wait until other people make predictions on it.
Yeah, see what they came up with.
So they came up with. But
this is just my theory from... You've told me a bit about number 1. I've known nothing of number 2. And I've just watched this one, and this is how I think they would be connected. Or so, as an outsider, basically coming.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing. I honestly agree with you, and I think that the whole Russian doll thing was he's a Russian doll.
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
Because he's Russian. I don't. Reality likes to have a sense of humour.
I guess, but why?
It just felt like if some things were displaced, more things should have been displaced.
Like
things should have gone out of whack a bit
more. What were those
more.
worms? What were the worms?
I don't know.
What
the
bagel? What's?
It's a machine that can create bagels and a gun.
It's a
3D printer, but whatever.
Whatever. It's for the future.
Reality's changing.
It's bizarre. And I like the Russian. I don't understand. Things should have been displaced, and how does it get to there? Unless of course something happened to him in the original reality.
Does
like
he
does the gyro go into him? Was he part of the main crew?
Maybe when theirs blew up, the gyro went into him, or
maybe. And the worms crawled in his mouth, or he ate them in this.
I still don't know why the one was in the wall. I mean, she survived that with wires going through all her body, and it's just the way that the ship got so much destroyed, but it still had enough power and everything to still do the main
thing. Yeah, that was a bit dodgy.
Yeah, but
anyway,
it's
so much better. It's so much better. Yeah, so much better. Guys, let us know in the comments below what your theory is and how it links to the other films. If it does, obviously the Cloverfield monster's there, but it doesn't actually need to be linked to the other films. It's a monster.
Yeah.
With these sack things. That's all you need to know. It doesn't matter. And where does the aliens from the second one fit in? Are they coming back? Are they reality police?
Are they future humans?
Are they future humans? Are they because of the whole merging of things, realities? Are they the end product? Who knows? Such crazy shit could happen.
Anyway, well, only future will tell if they carry it on.
Exactly. If you carry it on, this is the fourth film. Or a TV show.
Maybe.
They could easily do that. They could just call it Cloverfield and that's like... But then they've done that with Black Mirror and Inside Number 9, so don't do that. Anyway, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, leave it there.
Leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Week after next. Black Panther?
Next week.
Next week.
Shit. 12th, Monday.
You need to book tickets, Jim. Get on it! Right, until that time, guys. See you in a bit.
See ya.